video, we are going to correct the projections of our data in ArcPRO, and we're also going to do a little clipping. And so a couple things that I've done already, and I want to at least show you. You'll notice that now my maps, my map frames are titled correctly. In other words, forest data, historical temperature, and historical precipitation. Well, in ArcPRO, it's quite easy to do. Right-click on your map, and you're going to go down to its properties. And you'll notice that in the name, you can put whatever name you'd like in it. And so that's what I've done here. And so again, I could by changing forest data map, if I wanted to add that, you'll notice that now the tab looks that way. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we want all of the data frames or the map frames to have the same coordinate system and projection. And again, in general, I like working with, in this case, the Albers equal area, but I want this to be my central meridian right here. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click under the frame title, not the data, but the frame title, go to properties, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be setting its coordinate system. Now, there are actually a couple ways of doing this. If you'll notice in mine, I have some favorites that are stored. And so again, I like this Albers equal area. And so what I'm going to do is show you how to kind of get to that. So we're going to go to projected, and we're going to go to North America. And remember, I had said that I wanted you to use the Harn. So I'm going to scroll all the way down. And you'll notice that we have an Albers equal area US contiguous. And that's what we're going to be using. Albers equal area contiguous conic. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on that. And I actually want to modify it. And so the way to do that is when I look at that, I'm going to copy and modify. So I right click on it, copy and modify. Now what comes up is, again, our standard information here, but this is the piece that I want to change. And I'm going to change this to -80. The other thing that I can do is I can change the name of this, and what I'm going to do is call this Albers equal area conic Penn and Ohio. Penn, Ohio. And I'm going to click save. And you'll notice, and again, you'll click right here, and there. Now what I'm going to do is add this to favorites. And now hit OK. And now you'll notice that this is the center of my map, and I'm going to move it over a little bit, and in fact I'm going to go out to 2,500,000. And now everything on my map looks good here. Now the nice thing is once I've got my projection done in my first frame, I'm now going to go to my second frame. So I'm now here, and again, I'm going to go to properties. And you'll notice that now, if I go back up to my favorites, you'll see Penn, Ohio here. Click on that, click OK. And again, same thing. Now I'm going to leave my scale here the same. I'm going to go to my next one. And again, same idea, properties. And my coordinate system, go up to my favorites. And Penn, Ohio, and click OK. Now you'll notice that all of them are in good shape. The last thing I want to do in this video is I want to get rid of the extraneous data, all this stuff that's kind of hanging on the outside. And so the way that I do that, again, is in my frame. I'm going to right click on its properties. And now I'm going to go and I'm going to choose Clip Layers. Clip Layers allows you to use one or more of the feature classes in your map frame to constrain the data. So I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to clip to the outline of a feature, and I'm going to choose State Boundaries. You'll notice it shows me kind of what it's going to look like, and I'm going to click Apply. Now the other thing that I can do is I can change the border of the symbol if I didn't want that border necessarily to be there. And in ArcPRO, this is actually kind of an efficient way of doing this. I'm going to change the point size of this up to 2. And what it will do is it will draw that around here. I'm gonna click OK. And now you'll notice that I just have this data. It's a really efficient way of doing that if you want your data out of its geographic context. So again, I'm going to do that to each of my maps. Again, I'm here, my historical temperature, click on its properties, clip extent, clip to the outline of the feature, state boundaries. I'm going to apply that, and remember, I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to go to a 2-point symbol and OK. And so now if I go through each of my maps, everything looks good. All right, that's it for our projection and our constraint or clipping of our data. We'll see you in the next video.